Hey Nick, here's your video on how to operate your lightsaber. So you want to start by putting the battery in place. The negative goes to this part here, which is towards the PCB, and then the positive goes towards the speaker. Just put it in like that. And then whenever you want to take it out of the lightsaber, you're going to want to basically just tap like that. That's what I found is easiest. And then you just recharge it. There you go. To turn it on, you're going to want to flip the switch. As you can see here, on is left, off is right. You'll figure it out. There you go. So you're going to want to make the PCB come into contact with the pins in there. Just slip it in, twist it, and it turns on. So I want to show off the accent LEDs because I've spent a few hours today setting up the different sequences. So I think I got it to a really cool state. As you can see here, it is blinking in the cave sequence from Return of the Jedi. Green blinks more than the red one. But when you turn it on, it starts to pulse green. I didn't like the way it looked when it was just solid green, so it's pulsing green. And when you do the auxiliary effects, the red flashes, and the green also flashes. There you go, see? So I thought that was really cool. When you turn it off, it fades off, then it goes back to blinking. So here you've got the auxiliary button at the bottom, the power button at the top. Just tap it on, tap it off. Pretty straightforward. And then you've got the soundboard here. I wrapped it in Captain tape to keep it in place or else it pops out a little bit. So it helps insulate it and also keep it nice and tight. Here's the Bluetooth. It blinks blue when it's not connected, and then it goes to a solid color and green when it is connected. You're going to want to use the app ForceSync. I'll put it in the description. And basically the code, it'll ask you for the code. It'll be 6 zeros, so 000000. And then it should go in. And after that, it won't ask you for any passcode again. It just remembers the device. So to access the SD card, you'd want to take the Captain tape out, and then the SD card is right there in the bottom. Just pull it out, plug it into the computer, and that's how you access all the sound fonts. So basically, if you want to add any sound fonts or take any off, that's how you do it. Or you can do it through the MicroUSB. I have a right angle MicroUSB. You just plug it right in. You don't have to take the tape off or anything. And that's how you upload the config. I'll give you videos in the description to help you customize your Proffi for the first time. It takes a little bit of setting up on the computer, but once you do that, it'll be really easy. I'll also send you the config file I used to set this up. I spent a lot of time today doing that, setting up all the different fonts, blade styles, setting up these blinkers, and also setting up this. So this is an independently wired NeoPixel connector. So it's not connected to the blade, so it can have its own sequences. When you turn it on, I set it up so it does this. So it sort of flickers on and then it rotates quickly into the slow turbine, which is pretty cool. And then when you turn it off, speeds up, blinks out of existence. I spent a few hours, well, maybe an hour, setting up different configurations. I liked this one the best, but of course you can just set it up however you like later once you get all that figured out. There you go. So now all you'll need to do is put it in. Slides in really easily. And you'll know it's connected. That's blade, or that's chassis detection right there. And it will it'll work normally. There you go. Smooth swing, of course. This has gesture controls, so I have it so you can twist it on and off. And you can also stab it on. So you can go into a stabbing motion. Sorry about that, I'm running out of storage space on my phone, so I gotta make this quick. An important thing to keep in mind is when you plug it into the board using the micro USB, never have the battery in at the same time. Because if you have the battery and plug it into the board, you're going to have power going to it from two different places, and I've heard that it can burn it. So in order to prevent frying it, just take the battery out and you'll be good. Now, the second most important thing that you should probably keep in mind is when you put the blade in, screw it in clockwise. So just put in downward pressure and then turn it clockwise. That way you don't unscrew the emitter or the neck. I've got wires running through here, so if you unscrew it, it could potentially mess something up. So just turn clockwise and then pull out. Turn clockwise, push in, and then you're good. Your blade may not be able to fit in it exactly because trans white tubes tend to be a bit thick. Mine is completely sanded all the way through, which is why it can fit pretty easily. So you may need to sand the very bottom part of your blade. Just keep that in mind if it doesn't fit. Now, you want to cycle through your blade fonts by pressing the auxiliary button.
Blue.
There you go.
Purple.
I've got quite a few on here. Each of them have different colors and blade
White.
styles on it.
This is the weapon of a Jedi.
I think that's pretty good.
Take your weapon.
And then of course you can do color change
Smooth Jedi.
by pressing both buttons at the same time. There you go. So if the auxiliary, hold that down and then tap the power button, and then you can just twist it. There you go. And then you just solidify it by pressing the power button. There you go. And that's pretty much how your lightsaber is going to be. These are some extra parts you'll get. You'll want to put the triangle ring on yourself when you get it. And then these parts are just extra that come with the hilt. You won't need it. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll have a bunch of resources at the bottom of the screen in the description. Hope you enjoy.